Hooray, you're here! You've made it! Hoorah! And where is here, you may ask? This is, of course, the MindGriller Server. And I'm Gravity, and this is Cow. And where are we on the MindGriller Server? You may also ask. Also a good question. We are here exploring this mushroom island, and just before this very episodic episode, Cow asked a smart someone we know, what is new with Katy Perry? Because we plural, meaning Cow and I, are not collectively ones to abandon friends of this channel. No, and nay. How about now, in the lengthy answer, there was something about a tour and a backlash for again working with one Dr. Sook, who, for reasons we cannot discuss on the channel, is currently in many circles, mind you, persona non grata. There was something about self-soothing and purported victimhood coming from an ill-perceived spacesuit blast into outer orbit with another friend of the channel, one Gail King. That one. Which I believe was followed by an aggressively underperforming album entitled, some sort of number? I have no idea. And then, well, there was this. Are you plural ready? Quote, in a bold paragraph heading, feelings and momentum, which appeared as capital F feelings, ampersand, lowercase m momentum. No transitional punctuation, mind you. I promise you plural was followed by, quote, Perry seems to be in a reflective place, colon, wanting to create more authentically, comma, not feel pushed by external pressures, period. She's expressed wanting more alignment with what feels good to her, comma, rather than chasing expectation, period. Just the one, evidently. Now, do you think AI scraped some, quote, soft journalism / journalism to perform the mind-numbingly heavy lift of attempted, quote, reputation laundering / image rehabilitation? In what we, meaning Cow and I, and not Perry and her team, and a so-called journalist would adamantly deny is, quote, access journalism, which I will have you plural know is a live and well term for cases wherein a reporter, question mark, or the questionable outlet wherein their bile is spewed, publishes flattering / uncritical coverage in exchange for continued access to the celebrity, meaning more pablum interviews, pablum exclusives, pablums, etc. No. You plural may have noticed that after the colon above, the phrase which followed, quote, wanting to create more authentically, comma, not feel pushed by external pressures, end quote, is not a full clause and doesn't begin with a noun or a finite verb. Traditionally, style guys like Chicago or Strunk and White say a colon should introduce either, 1, a list, 2, an explanation, 3, and a positive. That is to say, something which restates or clarifies that which came before. So strictly, in terms of formal grammar, the curious use of said colon in said curiosity of a sentence is non-standard. No. Before you plural collectively roll your eyes to the back of your noggins, may I add just one more thing. The most learned of viewers will also have noticed an interesting grammatical pirouette wherein we, meaning us, perhaps even I, use the word pablum, which is a noun, mind you, as an adjective. But namely, that is to say, pablum in the aforementioned sentence, which I previously mentioned, I will attest functioned attributively, wherein a noun is used as an adjective. Parenthetically, which I will defensively mention, English allows quite freely. But when Katy Perry and her team, and not that questionable journalist, already knew that, I'm quite certain. Those guys. No. Let us step away from this pedantry corner for the rest of this episodic episode. Now it appears Cow is still afraid of the swimming pool. I don't know why. Now this water feels quite good. For some reason, perhaps unbeknownst to me, or not, I feel the need to wash my skin clean of the mere mention of Dr. Sook and Ms. Perry and her underperforming most recent release. Speaking of releases, and not the sort of which you plural might be thinking, moments like these make me, and perhaps even Cow, thankful that we live here in such an unreasonably beautiful world. quite certain Cow would agree, despite his irrational fear of this particular swimming pool. May I expand upon that notion here to say that the most faithful viewers of this channel will be versed in the common knowledge that Cow does quite enjoy bobbing up and down in the swimming pools of strangers. No. I have had pangs of notions wherein thoughts of Cow as perhaps a lonely bovine have creeped in and made a home in my brain cells, such that they are, the pangs, not my cells, mind you. I have been mulling over the notion of adopting a sort of pet slash companion slash like-minded being to occupy his unfocused mind. Now, but perhaps the question is, of course, what sort of mob should I, meaning we, adopt? Now, in the past, faithful viewers of this channel, and that means both of you, will remember that we had an accompanying goat for an episode or two. But that guy kept headbutting me, and not in the way one would enjoy. And so, we left him somewhere to actively headbutt other mobs, as he is wont to do. Hey, now, the most observant of viewers will have already noticed this sus lever slash lever positioned curiously against this tree. And when I activate said lever slash lever, I hear something from the bottom of the once glamorous swimming pool. Hey now, the drain cover seems to open and close in sequence with the position of said lever slash lever. Now, I'm quite curious. I'm afraid. Bloop. Okay, I'm somewhere in some putrid-smelling, fungus-infested cave under said swimming pool. Now, out of mere curiosity, I wonder if there is an obvious exit from this dankness. No? Now, it appears that there's just more dankness after dankness. A smorgasbord of dankness, mind you. Okay, it appears that I am intended to follow this Minecraft track out of here. I hope it leads to somewhere less filled with spores, since I will have you plural know that I, meaning me, am, in fact, allergic to fungus-infected mushrooms, champignons, and padastooling. Yucky, stinky, pooky. Now, as the most retentive of viewers of this channel will know, Minecraft is a morally ambiguous game, and therein it happens to include a morally ambiguous item, namely a spyglass through which we can see the past, the present, and what is yet to come. That item is in no way related to, pertinent to, in connection with, or involved in the context of a time-lapse. Freaking fixed prepositions notwithstanding, because, if I may be so bold as to say, time lapses are in fact lapses. Thereby and so, speaking of time lapses, I would never. Anywho, speaking of Cow, which we just weren't, I miss him already. Just before this very episodic episode, Cow took a break from his favorite videos of some shouty vexed cat named Murph and his boyfriend Charles, a name which is inexplicably spelled with 2 A's, mind you, to show me an out-of-context headline which I vow not to speak of on this channel because we generally choose to mention neither politicians nor political figures. So I was hoping that would be that, but no, something within the spirit of the headline. Perhaps it was the ghost of Sister Catherine Rose Holzman. Don't ask AI about that name. Does make it relevant to us, meaning we too, not the two notable notables and coupled upon the deck of one yacht named Caravel, bobbing up and down off the coast of the rusty and pursed upper lip supper hamlet of Santa Barbara, California. Ask your grandpappy. No. Head's headline read simply, Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau spotted kissing on yacht. Now, perhaps no article is needed. And the part underneath began, according to photos obtained by the Daily Mail, the couple could be seen cuddling and kissing on the pop star's yacht, Caravel, off the coast of Santa Barbara, California. The singer was dressed in a black one-piece swimsuit, and at one point, the former politician placed his hands on Perry's bottom. Now, I think there's a word missing there. Perhaps it was bottom of a plate? Bottom of her glass. No. This brings me to ask one simple but no less important question. Who called the paps? On one side of said premise is his team called them. Nothing makes an unwanted politician seem more endearing than the admiration of a potential but unconsummated love interest and a worthy distraction from recently noted downfalls. But on the other side, her team called the paps after the grossly underperforming release of her currently released release called, I have no idea, and neither do you. And following her breakup with what's-his-name, and smack dab in the middle of her current tour, which will conclude, I mentioned this for no particular reason, in Abu Dhabi in December, where she certainly will perform her single, Woman's World, which both debuted and peaked at number 63 on the US Billboard Hot 100. So there's that. Now, well, perhaps the most curious of viewers of the channel will already be wondering who had the most to gain, but also, maybe they too were bapped by a random passerby who happened to have a 600mm to 800mm prime/super telephoto lens costing between $6,000 and $12,000 or more, and who also happened to have connections to the Daily Mail, an entity who I would say might itself be a co-creator of this very story to a greater extent than one as innocent as Cow might have otherwise believed, because it is my understanding such that it is that random paparazzi are not randomly to be found splashing about in the open Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Santa Barbara no less, without a target, that is to say. Now, I will say just this about that. We live in an age where media literacy is important for us to understand the world in which we coexist. And number two, any conspiracy is quite easy to believe, easy to assimilate into a worldview, and even easier to spread. Now, as to the former, media literacy is an essential modern skill to understand, interact, analyze, and evaluate media content responsibly in a world flooded with information. It nurtures critical thinking, supports democratic engagement, safeguards against misinformation, and empowers individuals to distinguish credible sources from misinformation, propaganda, and biased content. That is to say, as to the latter, in relation specifically to conspiracy theories, media literacy is especially important in that it allows individuals to critically evaluate and question the vast amounts of information one like Cow is prone to encounter, thereby reducing the likelihood of accepting fake, false, or misleading narratives as truth. It, meaning media literacy, provides critical evaluation skills. It allows an understanding of media manipulation through sensationalism, echo chambers, and misinformation algorithms. Media literacy provides tools to pre-bunk misinformation. I will have you know, media literacy also promotes multi-perspectival thinking, in that it discourages the acceptance of single simplistic conspiracy explanations. And, perhaps most important for emotional best friends like Cow, through cultivating informed skepticism, media literacy empowers our bovine friends to resist emotionally charged or fear-driven conspiratorial content, which often exploits psychological vulnerabilities. Cow, do you have psychological vulnerabilities? Well, I didn't think so. Me neither. No. If I may dismount from my high horse for just one moment to return to our discussion of adopting a nurturing distraction for Cow, who definitely does not have any psychological vulnerabilities. Now, the most retentive of viewers will remember that I mentioned a goat, which was followed by, and there was that slack-jawed Enderman guy. Well, that one was always mad about something. And if ever I got too close, he kept hitting me. I think he's in the end somewhere. I can't remember. Well, now, at this very moment in time, a rare occurrence is occurring. To it, I am fostering a notion. Now, what about a camel, you plural might ask? Well, I will say that a prerequisite trait is that said mob/friend of Cow must be able to fit into a raft, or ease of transport and isolation reasons. Naturally. Hey Cow, what do you think of the new bed? Well, I hope I don't catch anything from it. Imagine there's a very small chance that I might get scabies, bedbug bites, fleas or lice, ringworm, impetigo, allergic reaction to detergent, fabric softener, or perfumed bedding, mold or dust mite allergy flare, hepatitis B or C via unseen hemoglobin residue, MRSA. No. I don't want to go on, even though I could. Now, Cow, perhaps this is the night wherein you do not wet the sponges. Well, there's a first time for everything. Cow, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Did I mention those before? I'm sure I can add it in post. This is a special moment where I have to both say goodnight to Cow, and sadly, due to Cow's bone-chilling separation anxiety, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. Goodbye. Good night. So long. Hasta la vista, baby. Toad scenes. Toad so.